Hello, my name is CK Jensen. I am happy to be here with you today, and today we are going over Scrivener, which is my very favorite app for writing. I have it all set back to default, and I have a mostly empty project that we're going to go through and kind of set up and figure out how it all works together. Scrivener is, I think, the best writing app on the market. It's a one-time payment of about $50 or $55 US. So it is a little bit of an investment, but then like for how much time you spend in it, it cuts down to pennies. Like I've written several books in Scrivener now, so I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours, which means I'm down to like fractions of a penny of how much I spent per hour. Also, there is a free trial that you can get, and it only counts the days you use it. It's a 30-day trial. But if you don't open Scrivener one day, then it won't count that day as a trial. So if you open Scrivener every other day for 2 months, the trial will last a full 2 months. Okay, let's get right into this. So you have all these like templates you can do, which is super fun. Blank, fiction, non-fiction, script writing, miscellaneous. I'm just going to go to fiction, and I'm just going to choose a novel. This is going to be my Hamlet retelling, which I don't want to drop the title for yet, so Project Hamlet is probably just what we're going to call it. Hamlet. And we click Create. And it brings up this, and it tells you about the template and how to use it. You can read through this if you would like to, when you open up your own document. We're going to go right into, like, actually setting stuff up. I guess. We're going to talk about, like, the actual layout. Let's full screen this. We're going to talk about how this layout works, and then we are going to set some of the novel up so we are ready to write. So this section right here, where my cursor is, this is called the binder on the left side. The binder has your manuscript folder, which you can add chapters and scenes to. This is your, like, quick button to add a chapter or a scene. You can also add anything, new text, new folder. And that's the main part of your binder. You can do character sketches, and they do have a basic character sketch template. So it looks like that. You can also make your own templates, but I won't go into that on here. I'm pretty sure you can make your own templates. I never do it. Honestly, I keep my world building stuff in Obsidian, because I just like that interface more for world building. We're not going to go into that. Places, there's a place template, and new template, setting sketch. This is from editor. This is for exporting, which it should do basically it all by itself. I've not messed with the ebook. I've never exported an ebook directly from Scrivener. But you can do that. Like, that's the thing you can do. You have this folder for notes where you can just add all the text documents you want, a folder for research, sample outputs. Shows you, it looks like this. And this is a PDF that they, like, imported in. Paperback novel. And it just goes on for a while with all this fake Latin text. Template sheets, I think this is where you would, if you put something that you wanted to make into a template, you would put it here. And the trash, which does not throw things away, it's just like another folder, which is really good for like deleting scenes and not actually deleting scenes. You can always come back to the trash. And I don't think even, there is an option to empty trash, but I never do that. That's scary to me. Next you have your editor, which is this main part where you write your words. Wow. Who would have guessed? And right now it's all white, so you can't see the division, but this is like it is a defined space within this wider area. Of course, up here you have all your text options where you can like change your alignment, your bold, italic, underline, all that. Next we get into the inspector, which is this right hand side, and you have your scene synopsis where you can, I use it to type notes or a synopsis of each chapter or the scene, because you have it also for this. You can do chapter. You can type notes down here. If I want notes to show up in like the corkboard view, which we'll get into it, the right here will show either the first words in the scene or it'll show what's in the synopsis. So we put words here, chapter, see it shows the synopsis. But then, so if it's important notes, I put it up there. If it's just general notes, I put it down here. Next up, you have bookmarks, which I'm not really going to get into. I don't really use bookmarks, but if I wanted to get away from Obsidian, I would use bookmarks here more. Yeah, you can drag in documents or external files to create bookmarks. Like I said, I've never actually used this feature before. There's so many features I've never used, and I'm using a lot of features. Like, I know people who just, like, basically use this as a word processor, and that's great. But I love having fun features, and it is my goal after this to learn how to do a bookmark stuff, because I would like to do an advanced tutorial if you guys are interested in it, where I go into, like, the next tag also, which is metadata, which was creative, modified. You can check if you're including it in compile, which we'll get into in a bit. You'll have your scene. You have custom metadata, which is another thing I don't really use but I want to learn about. And then keywords, which is more custom metadata. Next, you have the snapshot. This is cool because if you have a version of a scene, you can click take a snapshot, and it will give you the time you took it and the title, and then you can do this. And then if you change it, write all your words, you can always roll back to this one. So, and then you do a snapshot again, and then it anyways, really cool for drafting. If you want something like this but cooler though, I would say ellipsis is a good option for you, where it actually shows you side by side the changes you've made. So that's cool. You can add comments and footnotes. You just highlight something and you click the comment button and you say, hi, this is a comment. That is the inspector. Let's get into our next section, which is the composition mode. Theoretically, there's supposed to be a shortcut. It's supposed to be on Mac. I think it's Control Command F or Option Command F. I don't know. It doesn't actually work on my computer. It stopped working a week after I got it. But you can also just press this button and it goes into this full screen mode. If you had a bunch of words, you can have typewriter mode, which it focuses in the middle of the page. Your keywords or your metadata. You can go to any of these things. That would take you to the character sketch. I'm going to go back because I don't know how to go back out of it. See, I'm still learning Scrivener. I'm not an expert in Scrivener, but I'm just good at it, And I figure that if you're watching this tutorial, you probably know or very little experience with Scrivener, so I'm trying to impart my knowledge to you. Next up, after composition mode, also you can do adjust the paper width. I like it to be about right there, and the position you can put to either side of the page. You can change the text scale. You can fade in the background in and out. I keep it faded in because often I'll have a theme running where I have a picture in the background, this black is a relevant picture to the vibes. So, good stuff. You can also go split screen, where you can go like this, and you can have one scene in each side. And that means you can reference an old scene where you write a new scene, or you can... There's so much you can do with split screen. It's so nice that fits within the document. If you had a bigger screen than me, obviously you're going to have more space. This is just my laptop, so it doesn't have a ton of space, but it's perfectly capable of doing what I need it to do. Oh, the view modes. So here you have your view modes, where you can, let's get out of split screen, and you click that same button. So this button right here does a split screen. You have your basic text editor where you view the document. You have a corkboard view, which if you're in this, which we touched on this earlier, it will show here, and if you add another scene, it will show up another scene right here, and you can actually rearrange the scenes, which is so fun. That's really great for people who are trying to figure out what order they want their scenes in. And of course you're going to have to rewrite connecting bits, but it's really helpful to visualize. And you can also go down here and you can fully rearrange it however you like it, and then you can put it right back there. This I think shows the timeline, but I'm not familiar with this feature. And this is just the these are the labels, so you can label them. But yeah. Oh, also in the inspector, I forgot to say this, you can put labels, which are colors, and you can make custom colors and titles, which is cool. You put a status, which to do in progress, first draft, revised draft, final draft, done. I rarely use those just because they're not super visible. And I just kind of know where I am. And I put like a note in square brackets so I can Command F where I need to fix things. And finally, you have this, where you can see just like the column view of this. If you were using the labels or the status, that would probably be helpful to look at it with this outline view. Okay, the final thing we're going to go over in this is the compile feature, which I think is one of the best features in Scrivener. You can compile for export or print, where you choose everything you want to compile in which folder you want. And you compile for print or for PDF. You can do any of these things. You have like Microsoft Word and the old Microsoft Word and rich text. You can like go straight into Kindle ebooks or just a regular EPUB format. Yeah, there is so much you can do with this. You have a couple like formats you have to choose from. You can put it into 6.9 paperback, that size paperback. I'm not saying those numbers, I'm sorry. But I just usually go to the Times manuscript because I think it's the most professional looking and the most industry standard. Here you have your options for like your metadata, which is cool. This is all right, so I'm not going to mess with it. You have settings, and you can adjust these settings as you like. You can replace words, so if you like decide to replace a character's name, you can do it during compiling. And then cover image, and here you can go into like, you can make a cover and do that. Anyways, we're going to compile. We're not going to compile this for PDF because there's nothing in there. But that's about all I wanted to show you, except for one bonus feature. This is like kind of boring, right? I'm happy to inform you that, and also it's in light mode, which I think is evil. So if you go to your Scrivener tab, and I'm sorry that this is a Mac only tutorial, I do not have a Windows computer, I will not be doing a Windows tutorial, but I'm sure you can find someone who's done similar things, or you can do like kind of make the analog somehow. Appearance, I'm going back in system default, which is dark for me. This is what the dark default theme looks like. But you have all these themes, which some of these are default, like a Midsummer Night where it turns into, I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. A Midsummer Night which turns into like this green and brown, and it's like this like dark, moody vibe. You can build your own theme. I built this theme for Grave of the Dragons, which is the novella I did for the October challenge. And then I have this cool composition mode with the dragon in the background. I'm told this is a Skyrim dragon, but I don't actually know. I just think it's a dragon. So you have that, or you can purchase these on the internet. Abby Emmons has a pack of 7 for $7, and it has really cute ones like Emerald Forest is thinking real hard about it. Or I personally really like the Rose Gold Romance, I think it's called, which is a light theme, but I don't know why you popped up. Leave me alone. And this is just gorgeous. But you can do this all yourself. I will make another tutorial on how to make Scrivener themes if you would like, because there's so much you can do with this. You can make it so personal to yourself. And yeah, if you enjoyed this tutorial, I hope you will leave a like or comment and let me know what your favorite parts of Scrivener are or what your questions are, and I'll do a part 2 and maybe a part 3 in this Scrivener tutorial series, because there is just so much to unpack and I would like to learn more about Scrivener too. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a subscribe. It really helps me out, and if you want to keep seeing my writing journey and my meta writing journey where I try different softwares that I think are good for writing, you should definitely subscribe. Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good day.